It's your boy, Coach Ricardo. It's another Friday morning, and a week is going just like that. A week is going just like that. Here's why I'm working on me, because I don't want to lose no more time. I don't want to lose any more time, and I don't want to encourage you to lose any more time. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. The clock is ticking, y'all. The clock is ticking. And there comes a time, if you don't do right with time, you end up living a life of regret. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Do me a favor. Go ahead and press that like button, and just go ahead and just remind yourself, hey, I've got to do the work. I've got to do the work. Rosalind, thank you so much for the nice text of encouragement. Thank you so much, guys, for showing up. Here's the deal. I am concerned. Here's what I'm concerned about. This is for me. Okay? I am concerned that I will be informed, but I won't be transformed by what I'm informed by. Let me say it again. I'm afraid one of my concerns are, this is one of the things I'm working on in life, that I'm informed, Joel. I know the truth, but I'm not transformed by the truth that I know. I was thinking this morning as I was reviewing my notes, and I'm thinking, okay, you're about to talk about how to kill the weak version of yourself. Let me say it again. This morning we're talking about how to kill the weak version of ourselves. There is a weak side of you. So what I did, Ebony, what I did was I printed that out and I plastered it in my office. I'm looking at the 5 things right now. I plastered it in my office because I'm having to remind myself, Rosalind, that these things makes a person weak. And Miss Cynthia, I can't run from these things. Or I should not run from these things. Now, here's what I found. People run from them. People are in denial about them. People aren't willing to really address them. And your life won't change until you address what needs to be addressed. Okay? Let me say it again. Your life won't change until you address what you need to address. So this morning, before I leave and go on my business, I want to dive into this topic. Do me a favor, share this out. Our numbers are growing on YouTube. I'm very, very much appreciative of those who do that. Thank you for those of you who have been generous and blessing me and says, Ricardo, have lunch on me. Hey, Ricardo, you know what? You are helping to feed me and help me to grow. And so you became a partner. And so we're going to be launching something like that in the next few weeks. I'm also building a team. I'm needing some people who want to help me build the online presence, some people who want to help me with our missions initiative. We're going to be doing some work in the Bahamas. And then also there are individuals who say, hey, man, I want to help you go out there and speak and help transform lives. So I'm looking forward to building a team. If you're interested in being a part of the Effective Living team, let me know. Okay? And so let's dive into this morning's teaching. Kill that weak version of yourself. We all have a weaker version of ourselves. We all do. Okay, the one that fills with excuses and fear and doubt, and we have fear. Very few people know our level of fear, but we know. We have excuses. Very few people know when we're leaning in on our excuses. We have doubts. Very few people are aware of our level of self-doubt. You've got to look that head on, and you've got to be willing to address it. Oftentimes, I call it the elephant in the room. I call it the skeleton in the closet. See, don't just become informed about the fact that, man, I'm afraid. I don't believe in myself. Boy, Miller really be teaching some good stuff. And I know what he's saying. Now you have to work on becoming what you've become aware of, so that the manifestation, so that the benefits, will reward you. I want the rewards, okay? I want the reward. So, to truly thrive, you must confront and eliminate the version of you that makes you weak. You have to eliminate the version of you that makes you weak. You have to look at yourself and you have to be honest. Now, the Bible says in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 22 and 24, it says this: you were taught with regards to your former ways of life to put off the old self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires, to be made new in the attitude of your mind. So to put on the new self, created to be like God in the righteousness and holiness. Listen, man, you got to know there is a way that you have been functioning that's not the way that's best for you. Okay, let me say it again. There is a way that you've been functioning that you have to be aware that it is not the best for you. Second Timothy chapter 1 verse 7 says this, Miss Cynthia. 2 Timothy chapter 1 says this. It says, for the Spirit God gives us, do not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. We can overcome that which has been holding us back. We can overcome it. Okay? We can overcome it. Steps that you have to take in order to kill the weak you. What are the steps, Miss Jocelyn? What are the steps, Joel? Number one. And there are a lot of people who've gotten number one figured out. I know I've gotten number one figured out, but I'll tell you, number three probably is I don't know, the three of these I'm doing pretty good. Okay? So, but I'm gonna tell you where I'm not doing well. Number one, acknowledge it. Acknowledge the weak version of yourself. Acknowledge where you're not doing well. Identify the habits and the mindset and the behaviors that's holding you back. Acknowledgement is necessary. Acknowledgement. You got to come clean with you. Come on. You've got to come clean with you. You've got to not be afraid to call it what it is. You have to not be afraid to call it what it is. This is the weak me right here. Now, let me tell you, man, we all have areas of weakness. I feel so bad. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. Acknowledge, I'm just not good right here. This is what's been holding me back. This is what has been keeping me back. I'm decisive. I'm fearful. I'm doubtful. You know what I'm saying? I worry a lot. And there is ways to break that. There's ways to change that. There's ways to overcome that. So number one, acknowledge it. I don't want to be around anybody who don't want to acknowledge what's hurting them. I don't want to be around anybody who won't acknowledge what's not good for them. So number one, acknowledge it. Number two, commit to growth. Commit to growth. The people around me, we all are talking growth. We're all very, very clean and very clear about the fact that, listen, man, we have to have a growth mindset. You and I have to replace excuses with goals that will make for daily commitments that we're working on. We're constantly working on ourselves. We're not checking out. I'm not checking out. No. In other words, checking out is, well, at this age, I need not try. No. As long as there's life in my body, I'm going to give my best foot. I'm going to give my best effort. Come on. As long as there's life in my body, I'm going to give my best effort. So commit to growth. You have to decide you want to get better with age. You have to decide that you don't have to stay stuck. You have to decide that God's not done with you yet. As long as there's life in your body, as long as there's life in your body, you've been given another chance. So I told my son, you ain't seen nothing yet. I told my wife, you ain't seen nothing yet. I told my clients, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let me tell you something. The people who dismiss you will regret it. The people who played you for thinking you stopped right where they dealt with you, they will regret it. You know why? Because you're a lifelong student. Come on. You are committed to growing. You're committed to becoming better. Ooh, that's powerful. That's number 2. Number 3. This is huge, guys. This is huge. Number 3, surround yourself with strength. Surround yourself with strength. If there was any of these 3, I wish to God I had done better with early on, it would be this one right here. I often was very comfortable with acknowledging it. I often was comfortable with this whole concept of having a growth mindset. I wanted to become better. But boy, was I hanging around people who weren't ready to go to new levels and new heights. And even what some people celebrate and give attention to, it ain't really that much. It ain't really that much. And most people haven't even figured out what they want. They're on this journey that's trying to get people's approval. They're not on the journey to discover self. They're not working on themselves so God can be glorified. I'm here today to tell you your association matters. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Your association matters. You can't do life with everybody. Everybody doesn't want to go to the next level. Write that down. Own that, man. Write that down. Everybody doesn't want to go to the next level. So now, Miss Brittany, if we were to do a chart on the wall, you would discover that there is a good percentage of people who have no interest on going to the next level. There's a large group. I don't know what that percentage is, but it will be a big part of the pie. If we did a pie and we wrote out, dividing the percentage of people in different categories, the vast majority of people don't want to go to the next level. Like literally, they'll tell you, I'm not interested. I don't have to have 2 properties. I learned how to be content with what I have. And they justify it, and that's on them. They don't want anything else. If your circle are those who don't want anything else, boy, dog, eat your lunch. Houston, you're going to have a problem. You're going to have a problem. So there's these people who don't want anything else. Run. Surround yourself with strength. Number 2, in regards to the people, then there are those who talk a good talk. They talk a good talk. They talk about, boy, this is my year. Okay? Yeah, this is my month. Okay? And they talk that. But they've been talking that for years. They're not prepared to do the work. They don't, Brittany, you about to do a 5K. Hats off to Brittany, everybody. Brittany's about to do a 5K. Brittany, but you're training. You didn't just say, I want to do a 5K. You're now training. And Brittany, like, I'm training for my 5K. So watch this. There are people who are talking it with the belief that one day they're going to do it, but they won't register for a 5K. They won't train for a 5K. They'll tell you, you know what, boy, yeah, one day I'm going to do a 5K. One day? Come on, man, get up and go register. When I told myself I wanted to complete a marathon, I saw the marathon, the BMW marathon. I went ahead and it was about 6 months out. Somebody said, well, that's not enough time. I wasn't listening to the naysayers, but I went ahead and I registered, Brittany, 6 months before the marathon. I went ahead and registered. The next day I went to the tennis store, bought me some tennis. Then I started doing my thing, man. And I started running our city like Forrest Gump. I was all over the streets. I'm telling you, there are a lot of people who talk it. and they're not doing it. And Miss Jocelyn, if it's anything I'm afraid of, I'm afraid of falling in that category. Boy, Miller talk a good talk, but he ain't the manifestation of what he's talking. I am asking God to help me not to have a good talk, which is why if you look at me and you hang with me and you get closer to me, I am aiming, I'm fighting every day in small little inches to become more of my message. I want to become more of my message. They think it was a slogan, but it's a lifestyle. Creating a life you don't need a vacation from. That's not just a thought. That's something I'm in pursuit of. Okay, that's something I'm in pursuit of. I didn't leave my job because I didn't like my job. I left my job because I wanted more control about my life. I wanted more control on how I showed up in this life. Okay? And you only got one shot at life. So you better write your vision and start working yourself in bringing that vision to life. And so number 2 is the people. When I talk about the people who talk a good talk, boy, they ain't going nowhere. And you know it after a while because they've been talking that talk for a long time. They all over the place. Talking the talk in the cafeteria. I can start a business in the neighborhood, boy, but to start something. You know what I'm saying? They on, so, you know, this, I'm about to. And they never pull the trigger. They never take the leap. And then there is this group. They're always working at it. And there are people laughing on the sideline, watching them work at it. But here's the deal. What they don't realize is the person who's working at it and making adjustments, eventually their day will come. Come on. Let them laugh at your small baby steps. Listen, this particular point right here, this one is big to me. Surround yourself with strength. There are some people who are weak and they stand in front of you and their philosophy become your philosophy because they're your supervisor. They're your boss. Okay? They're your parents. Okay? There are different leaders that you have lean towards, and you have let their levels of influence be strong in your life. And they're fearful, they're doubtful, they got more worried than anybody, and they procrastinate and they're undisciplined. And you are letting them feed you. And so birds of a feather flock together. So watch people who are weak. Watch people who are not willing to address the weakness within themselves. Okay? Surround yourself with strength. People, surround yourself. Don't be intimidated by people who are better. I was talking to a guy the other day. He got a plane, man. He was like, yeah, he got a plane and a hangar in the back. Let's go check it out. Like, this is beautiful. Let's go check it out. Come on, let's go check it out. Right? Another guy I was having lunch with not so long ago. He's like, hey, man, but to retire, I'm about to buy me a yacht that I'll be able to travel around the world. I'm like, come on, let's talk about it. Don't feel intimidated. Feel inspired. Come on. Let me tell you this. Don't let the people around you make you feel intimidated. Let the people around you make you feel inspired. Come on, somebody say amen. All right? Now, let's close out this morning's teaching because I'm done in 5 minutes, okay? So, things that makes you weak. I wrote these out, Brittany, Miss Jocelyn, I wrote these out, and I'm like, this year, I'm working on these things. Did I just say that? I said it loud. I said it clear. I'm saying it real. This year, I am working on these 5 things. I even printed it out this morning, Brittany. I printed it out to make sure that I have it on my wall. Why? Because I don't want myself to lose. I don't want to lose. So what's this? 5 things that makes you weak. You ready for it? Number one, procrastination. That one right there, I'm working through that. Procrastination. Listen, stop claiming you're a procrastinator. Stop claiming it. Start working on it. You're not a procrastinator. That's the old you. Okay? That is the old you. Stop claiming you're a procrastinator and start saying, I'm working on that. That one right there, Pastor Claire, that's been getting me. I've been putting off what I shouldn't be putting off. And I teach days are expensive. I teach time is your most valuable resource. But yet I struggle with procrastination. Number two, this one ain't me right here. I'm learning to get past this one. It used to be me. Number two, you all writing this stuff down? Number one, procrastination. Number two, negative self-talk. That used to be me right there. Ooh, that used to be me right there, Miss Jocelyn. That used to be me. Negative self-talk. Negative self-talk. The danger about negative self-talk is very few people, if any, knows that's what you're doing. Negative self-talk is you hurting you. Negative self-talk is you hurting you. I woke up this morning. Yeah. Listen, I woke up this morning, Miss Johnson, and I wrote down the 5 things that makes a person weak. Then I went to my book, put it right there. I went to my book and I pull out my declaration. And I started repeating those words. And I started reading my book again, Effective Living. I'm reading the book and I'm like, boy, Lord, help me to become one with what I teach. Help me to become one with what I've been taught. Help me to become one with what I know to be true. Negative self-talk, I'm dumb. I'm stupid. It'll never work out for me. When it rains, it pours. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not the lucky one. Man. And some people say that so casually, and you're surrounded by people who reinforce that stuff. Now, here's the deal. Negative self-talk is dangerous. It's problematic for anybody who's trying to go somewhere in life, okay? It'll even feed depression, okay? Negative self-talk feeds depression. Negative self-talk feeds anxiety, okay? So go ahead and realize if you're struggling with depression, look at your level of negative self-talk. If you're struggling with anxiety, look at look at that level of negative self-talk. And so there are some people, I don't like how he does talk. Man, I'm talking to try to save me. Because the struggle is real. I don't have it all together. But what I'm not going to do is beat myself up with a high list of negative self-talk that's going to keep me defeated. I'm trying to break free from all of the mess that's going on in my head. And do I have anybody who could say, boy, I'm trying to work on me? Okay? So negative self-talk is what makes people weak. Number 3, guys. Number 3. I have this one figured out on a scale to 1 to 10. I'm at about a 5 going towards 6 on number 3. Y'all ready for number 3? Number 3 is lack of discipline. I'm almost a 6, but I struggle with discipline. I know a lot of people who think, oh no, Miller, you don't struggle with discipline. I am not as disciplined. I am not as disciplined as I need to be. Let me say it again. I am not as disciplined as I need to be. That's why I wrote the 5 things and put it on the wall. Because between procrastination and lack of discipline, well, you'll stay broke. You could have the most golden idea, but because you're undisciplined, your lack of discipline, and you keep putting it off, you will never get to your promised land. You'll never get to the place of greatness. You'll never accomplish what you could have accomplished, even if you accomplished something significant. I realize, Brittany, that I have discipline. I have discipline if I compared myself. Okay? If I compare myself, Ebony, listen, that's where we get in trouble. If I compare myself, I would say, boy, I'm very disciplined. In comparison, if I assess myself based on my vision, then I realize, boy, you ain't disciplined. You're a procrastinator, okay? You're a procrastinator. You ain't showing up when you should be showing up. Okay, you are not showing up when you should be showing up. So lack of discipline. Now this one right here, this has been the monkey on my back for the longest. That's why I quit my job. That's why I made some adjustments in my life, because I said, listen, babe, I gotta get past this one. Number 4 is fear of failure. Fear of failure. Playing it so safe that you're not willing to take the leap for your destiny. playing it so safe that you're not willing. Fear of failure. I'm afraid to fail. Ooh, I'm afraid to fail. And here's the deal. You're going to die of failure if you don't fulfill your destiny. You're going to die of failure if you don't maximize your potential. Listen, you've only got one life to live. I had to, Brittany, listen, I had to talk myself into accepting, watch this, Miss Johnson, someone is going to win. Hi, come on, praise God. Say this with me. Someone is going to win. Why not me? Okay? Why not me? Listen, man. Listen. Brittany, somebody is going to be making 6 figures. Somebody is going to be making 7 figures. Somebody is going to start a company that's going to hire other people. Somebody is going to change the industry. Somebody is going to have a best-selling book. Somebody. And here's the deal. We go to jobs where somebody is doing it. We live in neighborhoods where somebody is doing it. We go to churches where somebody is doing it. But listen, I had to tell myself, every year I keep talking about I want this to be my year. But fear of failure would have it to be that I kept playing small. And that's the reason why I jumped out of the plane. I went ahead and skydived. I went ahead and ran for an election. I went ahead and put in my resignation. I went ahead and made some big significant adjustments because I'm moving towards 50, and I promised myself, I am not going to let fear of failure keep me playing small. Somebody's going to win. Why not me? Let me say that again. Someone is going to do very well. Why not me? Okay? So here's the last one and we're done. This one right here, I'm working on as well. I don't know if it's because where I came from. I don't know if it's because, I remember my small latter days where I didn't really have anything and didn't believe I would make it this far. That this one right here has become a thing. And so number 5 is comfort in mediocrity. Comfort in mediocrity. That's number 5. Comfort in mediocrity. You got to write that down. You got to grab a hold of that. Okay? So the challenge here is comfort in mediocrity is the thing. Okay? Yeah. Now here's the deal. I had to learn there's a next level, but because I've been accustomed to such small levels, mediocrity would have me at the throat to where I'm settling and accepting lower than I should be accepting. It's okay. Mediocrity, it's okay. It's okay when it could be better. It should be better. The world demands that it is better. But because you're a little bit better than where you were, you're okay saying, I'm doing great. Okay? I'm doing great. And so the challenge here is, okay, comfort in mediocrity. I said, boy, Miller, you could do better. Glory to God. Come on. I said, Miller, you can do better. Go ahead and say that with yourself this morning. I can do better. I can do better. Let me tell you something. I have settled so much. I don't like certain restaurants. I don't like certain events. I don't like certain, there's a lot of things I don't like no more. I had to learn that I don't have to settle. I don't have to settle. No. If there is better, if better is possible, come on. If better is possible, then I don't have to settle. Okay? If better is possible, I don't have to settle. So now I have to now rewire myself with this whole idea. I want better. Okay? I want better. You should want better. So let's all declare it. I can do better. I can do better. And please, God, help us all to stop comparing ourselves. Okay? Lord, help us to become better in what we are called to do. And that means some people say, well, I don't know if you're going to, where are you trying to take this? I'm trying to take it to better. Okay? And I'm not talking perfectionism. I'm not, no, no, no. I want better because better is possible. God has given us the day. God has given us an opportunity. Okay? And so God has given us the opportunity. If you can make it better, why not make it better? The game changers are the people who embrace the concept of better. Someone is going to crush it this year, and they're going to crush it because they have chosen to move outside of mediocrity. Okay? You like your salary because it's better than everybody else that you know. But the truth is, you are more educated and talented and gifted than everybody else too. You in a lane all by yourself. But yet, you listen, comfort and mediocrity. You are settling. You are settling. You are settling. And let me tell you something. When you shift from settling, you start inviting next level, boy. Ooh, woo! Listen, when you start from settling, you start to invite next level. Oh man, you just gotta tell yourself, hey, listen, man, I ain't doing this. This ain't about me. This is about God being glorified in me. And there are some people who are, Ricardo always like himself. Get your stink self around me. All right? I don't even like to feed that idea. I teach about it because that's a reality for people. But I remember that whole concept. I was on a show the other day. They said, well, what do you think about what people think about you? I don't think about what people think about me. I had to learn how to do that. Okay? I had to learn how to get to the point where to stop thinking about what other people think about me. Because there are a lot of people, they don't even think about themselves, but yet they're spending time trying to think about me. Listen, it's me versus me. The struggle I had to overcome to become who I am today, and you got issues with me, listen, you should have issues with you, okay? Don't have issues with me. I'm struggling to be all that God created me to be. When it all said and done, I want to be the person who became who God created me to be. And that's a struggle because I am dealing with these 5 things that makes people weak, okay? I'm dealing with them, okay? And so I could be more, but because I'm comfortable in mediocrity because I'm afraid of failure, because of the lack of discipline, because of the high level of negative self-talk, because of the high level of procrastination. I'm not where I should be. So when I show up every day, I'm showing up to make adjustments for me to become better. And if some people are watching on the sideline having their opinions about me, they're wasting their own time because I'm working on me. Come on. They're wasting their own time because I'm working on me. And if they keep watching, they're going to watch God elevate. They're going to watch God promote. They're going to watch God bring me to a place where, oh man, he's a game changer. Well, guess what? He had to overcome a lot to become the game changer that he is. Come on. He had to overcome a lot. So Jamal, I'm working on me, man. Come on, pray for me, Jamal. Right? Hey, God bless you guys. I got a meeting to go to. I love you guys. Thank y'all for showing up. Do me a favor, share this with somebody. I'm only doing this on YouTube, Monday through Friday. Huge announcement. YouTube has monetized your boy. I met the criteria. So when you watch, it helps me to get a little change in my pocket. When you share the word and the channel goes up, it helps take your boy to the next level. So thank you guys for showing up Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you're in the Bahamas, that's Eastern Standard Time. You're 1 hour different, so that's at 7 o'clock. Love and appreciate you all. Have a great day, guys. God bless you. Bye-bye.